The Davis and Davis Show is intended for maturish audiences with a questionable sense of humor. The opinions expressed are those of Davis and Davis, but even they don't always agree with themselves. Side effects may include uncontrollable laughter, eye-rolling, and sudden urges to fact-check. Listener discretion is advised, especially if you're easily offended, related to either Davis or operating heavy machinery. Proceed with caution, or better yet, snacks.
Got the engine humming low, the modern North Sea shore. Scott and Booker ready now to give you what you're looking for. From the practice to the grid, we're tracking every single turn. Watching how the water grips, watching how the tires burn. Heading out to Zandvoort, the orange tide is rising high. Heading out to Zandvoort, underneath the Dutch blue sky. The final lap is calling, the Davis and Davis Show. Heading out to Zandvoort, ready, set, and go. Go, 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 go. To the blues and to the sand, the addicts loud and bright. From B1 to the checkered flag, we're staying through the night. Pour it up and get slow, let the bourbon fill the glass. Talking every apex hit, watching all the ledges pass. Heading out to Zandvoort, the orange tide is rising high. Heading out to Zandvoort, underneath a Dutch blue sky. The final lap is calling, the Davis and Davis Show. Heading out to Zandvoort, ready, set, and go. Go, 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 go. One last ride on the banking, one last row from the crowd. Burgers calling out the split, Scott is playing it out loud. The engine heat is rising, the finish line is near. We're making every second count, all the coast is clear. Clear, 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 clear. Heading out to Zandvoort, the orange tide is rising high. Heading out to Zandvoort, underneath the Dutch blue sky. Final lap is calling, the Davis and Davis Show. Heading out to Zandvoort, ready, set, and go. Go, 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 go.
Yes, we're heading out to Zandvoort.
It's just Zandvoort. There's no A in the middle of that. It's just Zandvoort. Zand is means
Hey,
sand.
I don't make AI sing in any particular way. I have it spelled Zandvoort.
Are you looking at the show flow? Because that's not the way it's spelled.
What track?
I fixed it.
Zandvort.
I fixed it. It's
I
okay.
fixed it.
I fixed it.
Well, on the lyrics, it's spelled correctly.
Yeah. No, the AI guys are right. Yeah, it stands for sand ford or sand passage in English. So
And now people are 10 points stupider on their
Is it
IQ test.
is it useless information? I am down with that shit.
We'll find out next week.
That guy over there, he's
Welcome to the Davis and Davis Show, everyone.
that guy over there. His name is Scott Davis.
Thank you. And that over there is birthday.
Thank you. Didn't quite hit the start time, but that's okay. Did our disclaimer, intro, drinks we're drinking.
For the first time in weeks, I'm drinking beer. I haven't bought beer in I was on a bourbon kick for a while. And I finished off like
Gallons.
two 1.75 liters. But payday is next week, and I'm gonna go pick up six more of a case of the 1.75 liters of bottled in pond. The black label's good. That green label, I do not know how you drink that shit.
Got the 100 proof. It's tasty, man.
The green label, that's 80.
Oh yeah, no, well, because I'm mixing it with so much ginger ale, it's a ginger ale cocktail at that point.
Couldn't do it. By the way, what are you drinking?
I, however, am drinking E.H. Taylor with a very small splash of ginger ale. Fuck, is it good? Oh my god.
He's got to get his groove on. He thought that it was next week's show already and wasn't drinking yet. So his first drink is an E.H. Taylor, which I cannot complain with.
Oh,
E.H.
so good.
E.H. Taylor and Angel's Envy, two of my favorites.
Yep.
All right, sir. It's the Formula One review show.
Dutch
What
Grand
do we
Prix
have for us?
Dutch Grand Prix at Zandvoort, in the Netherlands, August 23rd. Weather conditions for the weekend were spotty rain, cool air temps, and questionable stuff going on all weekend. Pre-race weekend news. Any penalties from the last race, Scott?
Actually, there were no penalties from the last race. We are literally coming out of the summer break.
Thank goodness.
So we went through the summer break, and it was funny because Burke and I would talk a little bit about F1, but the big things that kept coming out of my mouth were they can't do anything. Wait, they're talking about contract. They can't do anything. They're not allowed until the week of the next race. But the week of the next race came, and all of a sudden, the principal of Cadillac gets fired online. I mean, I don't even think that he knew about it.
Verstappen extended his
To
contract?
2030.
Got a little pay bump. Bless his heart. Who else? I didn't write any of that down.
What else happened? That was really about it.
I think somebody else extended their contract with somebody also, but it was kind of a minor guy. Hadjar got hurt. Isaac Hadjar was boxing and fractured his hand.
Oh, I never heard what actually happened. I just saw the aftermath of Yuki Tsunoda coming back to Red Bull, the mini
Red Bull
Red
Racing.
Bulls.
Yeah, Baby Reds.
And Liam Lawson getting moved back up to
Red Bull,
to Oracle Red Bull, which it was Christian Horner that kicked Liam Lawson back to Red Bull Racing, and I do believe that was the decision that ultimately got him chicaned from his job.
Yeah.
The indecisiveness about the second driver, I mean, the fourth race, you let the kid drive 4 races and then you go, no, bye, go, get the fuck out. We'll put you Tsunoda in there.
Yeah, Isaac Hadjar, part of his training is boxing, and he was he was boxing with one of the harder sandbags, and he clocked it too hard and just cracked his wrist, and so they're pretty sure he's not going to be he was not in this race. If they were smart, they would let him heal up more and not be in the next race. He might be in good shape for after that, but God forbid he actually breaks his wrist. He's out for the season. So I don't know how many races he's going to be out for. So,
well, in the end, he's not fighting for the championship.
He does well. He's got points. He does well.
Well, he's not getting any points now.
No, no.
Isaac or Liam Lawson is getting points. He's not. But I mean, in the end, he's not fighting for the championship, so him sitting out on races isn't going to hurt Red Bull.
No. Does he still get paid when he's on leave like that?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
He just doesn't. He gets his base pay. He doesn't get any bonuses for wins or anything like that. But he's not winning. So, dude, sit the fuck out. Heal your hand.
Yeah, absolutely.
You've got a seat for next year. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
This is the only person right now that is profiting from this injury is Yuki Tsunoda, because he looked good.
He did. He really did.
He looked really good. And when silly season comes around towards the end of the year, you might see Yuki Tsunoda's name pop up, because he kind of proved that he can drive these cars.
Give me a decent car, I can do a decent job.
I mean, he was right behind his teammate in the finish. So yeah.
And apparently Honda brought in some, in quotation marks, big engine upgrades for Aston Martin. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, on to the practices. Not much to report. Antonelli had a big spin in turn 1. Hamilton, he had all 4 wheels in the gravel at turn 12 at one point. Verstappen was bitching about downshift issues, and Sainz went deep into the gravel. Antonelli pulled a 1:12.949. He was the fastest during practice. Norris was second. Russell, Hamilton, Leclerc, Piastri, Hulkenberg, Gasly, Bortoleto, and Lindblad. So, the usual suspects. Sprint qualifying, if applicable. It is applicable. SQ1, Antonelli goes off track into the gravel, but not so deep that he couldn't get back on track. Alonso went off track on turn 1 at about the 2-minute mark. That was all the drama there. The people that did not make it were Bierman, Sainz, Stroll, Bottas, Perez, and Alonso. Apparently, Alonso had wing issues and it wouldn't deploy. And that's why he was so far down on the list there. So SQ2, nothing much happening there. The people that are out was Lawson. Tsunoda missed getting into the next one by 9,000ths of a second. So close. Colapinto, Hulkenberg, Ocon, and Albon, they're all out. SQ3, you watched it. Why did they all wait until there was only 3 minutes left to get back on the track?
Because they didn't want to burn through 2 sets of tires.
No, okay, fair enough. Russell pulls it out with a 1:11.567. Number 2, Norris. Number 3, Leclerc. Number 4, Piastri. Number 5, Antonelli. What the heck's going on with you, buddy? Number 6, Verstappen. Number 7, Hamilton. Number 8, Gasly. Number 9, Bortoleto. And number 10, Arvid Lindblad. So then we got into the sprint race. Air temperature, 64 degrees. Track temperature, 78.
Wait. Wasn't it was it sprint qualifying? No. Okay, go on. Carry on. It'll be Q3 in the...
Yeah. Anyway, wind speed is about 13 kilometers per hour. Sorry, I did not change that over to miles. Perez is still in the pit. I don't know what happened to him. Antonelli passes Piastri in turn 1. Perez is out for the race. Hulkenberg's down 4 spots. Bottas passes Hulkenberg, who's down 5 spots. Lap 5, Hulkenberg is down 7 spots. At some point, Sainz and Bottas are under investigation for starting procedure. And then Hulkenberg has to retire his car, so he's having issues. Lap 10, Perez is lapped by the leaders. Lap 15, quite a few people are complaining about tires and no grip. Lap 17, the wind's picking up to 20 kph at turn 13. Lap 18, Leclerc passes Norris. Lap 20, there's a possibility of light rain in a few minutes and sprints over with, and Russell comes in first. Leclerc, Norris, Antonelli, Piastri, Verstappen, Hamilton, Gasly, Bortoleto, and Lindblad. Just then it started to rain. So it's great timing on their part. Great timing. Then we go into qualifying. Q1, 65 degrees, track temp is 90. That's perfect. I mean, that's 65 degrees for the turbos, 90 for the tires. The wind's down to 9.3 kph. What's that going to be, like 5-6 miles per hour, basically, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Right off the rip, Hamilton locks up and flat spots all of his tires. Didn't stop him from getting a good time, though. People that were out of Q1 are Sainz, Alonso, Stroll, Behrman, Bottas, and Perez. All the normal suspects. Q2, no drama whatsoever. Gasly's out, Tsunoda's out, Hulkenberg, Colapinto, Ocon, and Albon are all out of the top 10. Top 10? Top 10. Q3, which was the next day, air temp is 63, track temp's 87, and there's a possible rain for the last 5 minutes. And then there was not a whole lot of drama anywhere. Nobody went off track. Nothing happened. Norris pulls it out, gets the best time. He's got pole position. Russell's right behind him at number 2. Antonelli pulls it out, gets into P3.
Something did happen in
Whoa,
qualifying 3.
I missed it. What was it?
Qualifying 3. Everyone went out at the last minute once again. And George Russell passes Oscar Piastri in the pit lane.
Oh, shit. I forgot about that.
Try to get out first. So he gets into second. Now he's behind Lando Norris, and Lando's having nothing to do with it. Lando is literally at full fucking speed to keep Russell behind him. I mean, Russell went for the pass, and he was like, fuck no. I'm not getting dirty air. You're getting dirty air.
GTFO now officially stands for get the fuck over.
I was fucking rolling. I think I was texting Burke. And I was
I forgot to write that down because
I
wanted to ask you. Is like nobody said anything about it. Is that legal?
It's legal. It's just not sportsmanlike.
It's frowned upon apparently, but yeah, okay.
And you notice nobody mentioned it after the race. It was like, okay, we're just not going to talk about this.
We don't talk about Bruno. So Q3 gets over. It was cut short by the rain, which I'm sure like Antonelli would have loved to get one more run in, but he was just not gonna what's the word I'm looking for? Not gonna ruin his chances by spinning out and crashing his car out. So you got Norris in first, Russell in second, Antonelli in third, Piastri in fourth, Hamilton, Leclerc, Verstappen's in seventh, Lawson, Bortoleto, and Lindblad. Now,
poor Sergio Perez.
I don't know if this is a good time to bring this one up, and let me set the brain cells to maybe remember this. Every time Verstappen places seventh, he doesn't finish a race. At least this year. Yeah. So anyway, it's race day. Now this is gonna be convoluted as crap because after the first incident, Scott and I get on a Zoom call because we want to talk about all this crap. My note taking goes to shit. On one side over here, right, I've got an AI overview of what happened during most of the race, and I've got some of my stuff here. So we'll try to piece this together.
Before you get started, the provisional starting grid, Burke's pretty much already talked about. There is a change where Sergio Perez decided during Parc Fermé to change his suspension
Whoopsie.
and was dealt a spanking by the FIA of you must start from the pit lane.
Ugh, damn it.
The rest of the starting grid is exactly as qualifying. But quit burping like that.
I'm sorry, man.
When I was doing bourbon, I wasn't burping. It's back, ladies and gentlemen. It's back.
He's drinking beer. Good God. Alrighty then. Air temperature 65, track 90, wind 6 kph. That's like 3.5 miles per hour. It's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Race starts. Antonelli passes Russell right in turn 1.
Wow.
Leclerc jumps up 2 positions. They're getting all the way around the track. They're in the last corner, and Verstappen crashes out bad on the last corner. We got a red flag. The cascade effect comes into play. Bortoleto he does a full 360 behind Verstappen, but he ends up going in the right direction, and he keeps going. Hulkenberg is right behind Bortoleto. And Bortoleto's tires threw up a smoke screen. I don't know how Hulkenberg, because Hulkenberg was going to the right, and then all of a sudden he ditched left and got around him. It was like out of the freaking Matrix. It was brilliant driving on his part. Unfortunately, everybody's got to go into the pits. They sit there. This race was it an hour before we started actually racing again? It was long. It was bad.
It was a tough race. It was a tough race just because of some decisions you have to make along the way and the stress that things cause. Not having a great start for whatever reason.
That's for later. Sorry.
So they're all sitting in the pits. I love the fact that.
Well, okay. We've gone through Max Verstappen's wreck.
Crash. Bortoleto's 360. Hulkenberg missing him. Everybody's in the pits. I gotta admit, I loved watching.
We had the 2 people make passes under yellow flags, which those penalties didn't come to fruition. They let it go.
Okay. Lap 1. Okay.
Yeah. Well, the problem was that Bortoleto crashed right behind Max Verstappen, so people didn't see Verstappen's car through all the smoke. And once they got past Bortoleto, they sped up, and
there's a crash right there.
Max's car is still up ahead of them, so they were speeding in a yellow flag zone.
Got it. I love when
did you see that pass that the Haas driver made after okay, so 2 cars went past Max Verstappen's accident. The car that was in the front stayed slowed down, and the car behind him passed him, like right after the accident. Now, I went and reviewed it and looked at it. There were green flashing lights past Max Verstappen, so it was a totally legal call, but there was a lot of hoopla about it.
Well, I mean, if you see a crash, slow the fuck down is kind of like a no-brainer, you would think. But then again, FIA rules and brains don't always come into it. So
the fact is that he shouldn't have passed, but they didn't know if they were going to go back racing or not, and the green flags were out. So what do you do?
Technically, race.
Green means go.
Yeah.
Go. Don't anticipate a yellow or a. Oh, yeah, that was bad.
Kimi got boned because he slowed a bunch down for that one Verstappen crash. Russell slowed down a moment and then kept going and beat him. Yeah, we've been through this before. Anyway.
We hit the red flag and
everybody goes in the pits.
everybody goes in the pits. That was what, about a half an hour break?
Oh, at least. I gotta admit,
it took that hit that Max Verstappen took. Even Max's, like, Liam Lawson was right behind him, and the first thing that he did was get on the radio before he was even past Max, going, "Is he okay? Is he okay?"
Yeah.
That was a hard hit, and I was
I think they said it was only like 15 G, because he hit left first, went across the entire track, and kind of collected into the right side of the wall. But it was glancing blows both ways, so it could have been worse.
That was that angle. The angle that the car went into the outside wall was the same angle that Dale Earnhardt hit the wall at Daytona.
Mm.
And that's that 45-degree angle into a wall just always scares me, because it can be a heavy, who was it, like a month ago, one of the guys hit like that, and it was like 51 G's.
Yeah. Now that was,
which,
wasn't that last season, like the end of last season, and
that may have been
Mexico? I forget. Not Mexico.
It may have been. Anyways, it was one of the hardest recorded hits.
Fortunately,
we saw it live. Burke and I were on Zoom watching the race together, and I was sitting there going, "He's gonna be hurt." That was a hard fucking lick.
Well, the good news is they were coming around that last corner, so their speeds were a little slower than they could have been, because he was going into the apex of a corner, and the very right hand lip on his right tire was wet, and that's what spun him off. So he had slowed down for a corner at least, or it would have been a big hit. Now I gotta admit, they're all in the pits.
It looked like he hit the rumble strip. It
kicked up some water. That could have been.
And those rumble strips collect water. So
we've seen that before too.
Yeah. Wow. All right. So I know that you were making the point that we didn't go racing for a while.
Yeah. I gotta say this one thing. I love the fact that when they're all in the pits, all these technicians are out there. I know it's not duct tape. It's the stuff they use on jet fighters. It's like they call it 100-mile-an-hour tape, and they're just taping up all the fucked up bits on the front wings of all these cars and everything. I'm like, oh, this is going to be interesting.
It's a special tape called Bearer Bond, and the stuff it's like flex tape.
But it's almost like molecular tape, isn't it? It's like once it's on, it's never coming off unless you grind it off.
Well, the ones that they use in NASCAR are a rubber based. The ones that they use in Formula One, it's basically the same thing, but it's got some sort of additive to it where it becomes
rigid?
Like hard plastic, rigid plastic after it cures. And it only takes like 5 minutes for it to cure. So with it going on the carbon fiber,
it's like an epoxy tape.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's really cool shit. Not legal in NASCAR, not legal in any other racing series.
We're F1 bitches. Fuck you.
But it allows you to like with the wing. We saw on television they were fixing one of the wings with the stuff. It becomes hard as shit and stiff, and if another accident happens, nothing's gonna break where that tape is. Everything will break around it. Really cool shit. But we did see a lot of tape come out.
Okay. I never did find out where Bottas went out. It was somewhere in here. It was after all that crap when we got on the Zoom call. So
Wait, was the Bottas? Was that on the? Was he the one that went out on the formation lap for the second restart? I thought that was Berman.
Hold on, here. Hold, please.
Bierman.
You did hydraulic issues with 10 laps. Oh, that's later in the race. Never mind.
Actually, I have to tell you.
That's all right. Anyway.
Oliver Bierman. Okay, so we go to the restart.
That's right. Bierman's car, after the restart, his car just broke down dead in the grass.
Dude, he hit the gas pedal and you could hear everything go. And he was like, oh, drive shaft gone. Everything gone. No power. No hydraulics. No power steering. Everything gone.
So the one AI bit from when we were talking on Zoom, so it broke it up into weird things. Multiple red flags for the race. Scott expressed surprise at the standing restart decision, noting the tight course, the pace car start in single file would have made passing nearly impossible, but the standing risked another crash. Bierman's car lost power, possibly power steering on the grid during the formation phase, causing extended delays and an additional formation lap, and he was eventually confirmed out of the race. At that point, Bottas's Cadillac was shown as gray and active on the timing tracker, despite appearing on track. That was weird. Gabriel Bortoleto dropped 9 places due to a spin before the race even properly started. Something
happened before we got to the restart here, and we didn't talk about it on screen because we didn't know that it was happening. There is a light at the end of the pit road, and it's either green or it's red. And somehow, before all the cars got out for the formation lap, the light turned red, and 2 people ended up going through the red light. It was Gabriel Bortoleto, and who was the other one? Oliver Bierman. Lance Stroll was right behind both these guys, and he stopped at the line, got on the radio, and said, "The light's red. I'm not going till it's green, because that's a penalty."
Wait! Did you just say Lance Stroll?
Yeah.
Wow.
So Lance Stroll.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for Lasting Moments with Lance Stroll.
You pompous, stuck-up, snot-nosed, English, giant, twerp, scumbag, fuckface, dickhead, asshole.
Geez, do we have to?
So Lance stops at the end of pit road, and he gets on the radio, and it took about 2 minutes. Like, he kept getting on the radio going, "Can I go?" And his team was like, "Don't go. We're on the radio with the FIA to find out what's going on." And if you listen to the rest of the car radios, the people behind him were doing the same thing. Everyone was calling the FIA going, "What the fuck?" This is why the formation lap also took as long as it did.
Yeah. I had to wait for them to catch up. Jesus Christ.
So yeah, this happened. And in the end, the 2 drivers did not receive a penalty because there was no live racing at the time. Which I agree with, but the FIA is such sticklers and dickheads about things that if there's a rule and there's gray area, other people are gonna bitch. Now, who do I feel sorry for? Oscar Piastri, because there's 6 cars left on pit road, and they're already coming around to the start line. And the FIA fixed it. They got the light to turn green. But Lance Stroll was like, fuck no, I ain't going. I'm not taking a penalty.
That's the first smart thing I've seen him do all season. Jesus.
Oh, no more Yankee my wanky. Let me tell you, this race had everything.
Oh, my God.
All right, so Bierman's car dies on the formation lap, so we have to have an extra formation lap.
Yeah. My note is, more for formation laps? Will this race ever freaking start? Yes.
and by the time the what would this be, the 3rd formation lap that we've had in the race, we're already almost an hour into the race.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen lap 2 yet. Actually we have, because they were formation laps.
We've seen 3 or 4 laps, just none of them racing laps.
Well, when they finally restart racing, they're already on lap 4.
So anyway, lap 2, really racing lap 2. Antonelli takes first place. Piastri jumps up a spot. Which is, lap 2. Laps 3 through 5, Norris sets consecutive fast laps over Russell. Laps 6 through 10, Lewis Hamilton puts immense pressure on Charles Leclerc for P4, probing into the Tarzan bend on lap 8 before Leclerc defends him on the inside line. At lap 8, Lindblad has to do a pit stop for a penalty. He has to do a stop and go penalty pit stop, and I can't remember what his offense was.
Wait, which one was this?
Lindblad.
I do believe Lindblad's was speeding through speeding through yellow flags.
Okay, fair enough. Then we were talking about why is there a black and white flag out for Norris? What the hell did he do? Something was noted, but there was no penalty. I have to go to the AI shit for the rest of this stuff here. Laps 11 through 18, Piastri makes a move down the main straight, passing Liam Lawson for P6. Midfield battles heat up as Hulkenberg passes Alonso into P9 into turn 1. Laps 19 through 24. Tire degradation on soft starts setting in across the grid. Norris stretches his lead over Russell by 3.1 seconds. Then we're into lap 25. Mercedes pulls Antonelli into the pits for a fresh set of mediums in attempt to undercut on Russell. Lap 26. McLaren responds immediately, pitting Norris from the lead to cover any undercut threat. The 2.2 second stop brings him back into the clear air ahead of the pit stop shuffles. Lap 27, Hulkenberg passes Gasly. 27, also Russell pits from P1. Mercedes has a slightly sluggish 3.4 second stop, allowing Antonelli to leapfrog Russell as he exits pit lane. Antonelli takes P2 overall. Lap 28 through 34, Ferrari pits both Hamilton and Leclerc. Leclerc manages to clear Piastri post pit stop, while Hamilton rejoins the fight right behind Russell. Lap 29, Tsunoda passes Gasly, and my note is Tsunoda is driving quite well.
I think we made comments about that
a couple times,
the whole race. Yuki Tsunoda,
he was doing really well, man. Showing you're in a brand new car you've never been in before, and you're doing that well. He was doing great. He was doing absolutely great. You mentioned Alonso was in 32 laps on soft tires. They're supposed to do 12 to 15. He doubled that Doubled it.
If there's
We're gonna
one
talk
guy, if there's one guy in Formula One that understands tire management, it's Alonso. He's won more races by great tire management than anyone else. Like Lewis Hamilton. I love Lewis Hamilton, but Lewis Hamilton will
tear through
drive.
tires.
Yeah, he will drive through tires. Now he is excellent at totally grained and grooved tires, making them do something, which I think, well, we'll talk about that as we get later into the race.
I got a note in here. Piastri's black and white flag. It was issued following a turn one incident with Hamilton. Stewards reviewed it, took no further action. Though the sequence of flag then clearance appeared reversed in the timing data, and also the midfield battle on this race was fantastic, and we actually got to see a bunch of it. Like the cameras actually were like not on the forerunners. They did a lot more midfield, which is what we want to see. So it was great fun.
Now, please don't take that as there wasn't shit happening up front. There was shit happening up front through the whole race. But the mid-pack battles were incredible. It just, I mean, we saw passing, we saw people, Alonso on 30-lap tires passing people. Got all the way up to, I think he made it all the way up to 7th, but then had to pit and had to come back up. Just, I was very impressed with the production values this week.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't know if they changed video directors or what, but we got to see the racing instead of just the front runners
or the girlfriends. Remember that one race where it was all girlfriends? It's like we're not here to see the tits. We want to watch fucking motorsports. Let's go. I can go on a Pornhub. I don't care.
I don't mind going through the pits and going, oh, this person's here, this person's here, this person's here. But when you show Kim Kardashian 19 times in one race,
stealing Kimmy's towel, who cares? Get the fuck off. Anyway, so there's another whole section of AI stuff. Opening chaos impact. Soft tires proved durable for approximately 10 to 13 paces, consistent with Bortoletto around lap 13, switching from softs. Norris started on mediums, switched to softs at the first stop, then was hards before a late switch to scuff tires, completing the race in a 2-stop. Antonelli ran softs, then hards, then softs again in a 4-stop. His rear tires were already degrading after 11 laps on hards. Attributed to pushing hard to catch Hamilton. Piastri was brought in while still on hards with plenty of life remaining. You suggested that you suspected McLaren pitted him purely to keep Norris ahead of him, which cost Piastri track position and resulted in a low 5.4 second pit stop. Some of these pit stops
was early.
Horrible.
It was way fucking early. He only had 14, 15 laps on hards.
Yeah.
Those hards will go 25, 28 laps.
Well, in Hamilton, he stayed out on softs for almost 28 laps. He kept telling the pit, my tires are fine. Although he was losing time, which I don't think he knew exactly. Eventually, he was forced to box under the VSC. Leclerc was called in by Ferrari, but refused to pit.
Was that really considered a forcing to box? That was the smartest thing I've seen Ferrari do in 10 fucking years. I mean, their pit strategy has been tire strategy
horrible.
Has been sucky as shit, and they finally get one right and put Hamilton in the opportunity to win the race. Yeah.
Leclerc was called in, but he refused to pit. And then
now before you go any further, I listened to the Leclerc's radio. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It was not. There was some indecisiveness with Ferrari, which caused him to not pit.
Okay. That makes a little more sense.
Because he called in and said, are you sure you want me to pit? And they got back on the radio and went, hang on a second, we're conferring. And by the time they came up with the decision, he was past the pit road entrance.
Oh,
so
okay.
Because originally, Burke and I thought that, Leclerc's being a dick. And that's not it. That's not it. He was definitely following what the team was saying.
Okay.
They're the ones that dropped the ball again.
And then they dropped the ball during that pit stop because it was over 3.5 seconds long. We thought it was retaliation. No,
yeah, but it wasn't.
Ferrari fucking up. Alonso, ran 37 to 38 laps on his first sets of soft. Then he switched to hards, and it appeared he would be capable of finishing the whole race without another stop. Once again, you were talking about his tire management. Yep. Alpine, Ocon Gasly made a puzzling medium to medium tire change with only 4 laps on the original set. Scott's initial confusion was resolved when Burke suggested debris damage was a likely cause, which that was early in the race. These are all just random notes about tires at this point. Hards were shown to last approximately 24 to 28 laps before degrading. Scuffed tires were used multiple times late in the race, indicating some teams had exhausted their fresh allocations. Alrighty, where are we?
Which is part of the reason why I think that this race was planned to be a 2-stop race.
Mm-hmm.
And every team except for Aston Martin did 3 stops in this race.
And more.
Yeah, some did more. Most of the people, and it actually, Burke was the one that pointed this out to me. I was like, why are all these people taking tires after the first lap? All these people ran through all that debris.
Yeah.
And I go back and I listen to the team radio. Formula One puts out a highlight reel of the team radios. And like 5 team radios got on going, I drove through debris getting into the pit road. So we're going to have to change tires. And then it made sense because I mean,
otherwise it would be ludicrous. Why would you do it? There's no reason.
I'm not going to change tires.
Yeah.
Those tires had 1 lap on them, and I'm not going to burn through another set of new tires. But the debris thing made, God, that was bad wreck. Anyways, did we get to the end of the race yet?
Oh God, no. We're only at 45. Let's see. Lap 41 through 44, midfield mechanical issues begin to surface. Lance Stroll pulls off into the runoff area with engine failure, bringing out a short virtual safety car on lap 45. VSC is deployed. Lap 47, VSC ends. Norris catches Antonelli sleeping on the green flag restart, instantly opening the gap up to about 4 seconds. Lap 48, Esteban Ocon suffers a transmission breakdown and parks near turn 11, causing localized yellow flags before marshals wheeled the car back in. Lap 49 through 57, Piastri closes the gap on Leclerc for P5. I love AI. Repeatedly opening DRS. No, we don't do DRS anymore. What do they call DRS now? Straight line something or other? Or, I forget.
It's active arrow.
Yeah, active arrow. Okay. Lap 54, Norris passes Antonelli, and then Norris passes Hamilton. That's when Leclerc refused to pit. Hamilton's bitching. Yeah. Oh, here's a transcription of us. Leclerc was told to pit, and he didn't. They're rolling the tires back in. Hamilton's bitching again. Players being told to box again. He does. Second pit. That's Ferrari for you. Yeah, of course, they probably did that on purpose because he was being a dick. And he would deserve that. Bitch, we had tires out. We had to take them back. Fuck you. This is our transcript. And then Scott goes, "Oh, Lance Stroll's out." And I'm like, "Oh." And I said, "You tried your best, buddy." Golf clap? Golf clap.
Oh my god.
Let's see. Lap 55 VSC.
Oh wait,
yeah.
and I had my controller up, so I probably did. Or
You played it during our
Golf clap. Golf clap.
Ferrari during that VSC. Ferrari double stack for a tire change. Antonelli stopped for tires. He goes back into position 3. Let's see. Lap 58. Gasly passes Tsunoda. That's the safety car for Albon. Spinning off the gravel, turn 9. The entire 8-second lead Norris held is completely wiped out because of that safety car. Let's see. Scott Davis. Bottas boxed to retire the car. Burke. Bummer. Well, hey, it's still one Cadillac on the track, and that's pretty good. And he's not going to be in last either. Oh, my God. Yeah, Bottas is out with wing issues. Safety car in. Norris expertly timing his acceleration out of the banked Erie Ludwig's turn, catches Antonelli off guard, securing a 1.1 second buffer into turn 1. Lap 62, Russell tries to a brave driver on the outside of teammate Antonelli to Tarzan for P2, but Antonelli holds the inside line to firmly retain the spot. 63 through 66, Hamilton's attacking Russell for P3, resulting in a 3-car Mercedes-Ferrari train separated by less than a second. Dude, racing was getting good at this point. Racing was we're at the end of the race.
Are we past the team orders by Mercedes?
Nope. I don't think so. I don't think so. Hold on, let me go ahead. Maybe. I don't know. I don't have that written down. How the I know I had it written down somewhere. Where the hell is it?
Russell was ahead of
no. It comes up.
Antonelli.
Yeah, it's coming up here in a little bit. Hold on. Russell tries a brave dive. Hamilton attacks Russell for P3, resulting in a 3-car Mercedes. 67%. Norris breaks the DRS drag behind him, pulls away at half a second per lap, setting the fastest middle sector times. At this point, I have the key on-track battles and incidents. Norris spent much of the race a half second behind Antonelli, was unable to make a clean pass. You noted that Norris historically struggled as an overtaker, contrasting with Piastri, who passed more naturally. Although we did talk about the fact that after Piastri and Norris crashed, Piastri got really gun-shy about passing. Leclerc hunted down and passed Piastri in a clean move. Hamilton immediately pressured Piastri. Piastri's car was visibly sliding at the rear, which attributed possibly to an aero package poorly suited to the Zandvoort's slow corners. Late in the race, Hamilton versus Antonelli. Hamilton rejoined on soft tires, closed rapidly at Antonelli, gaining 2 seconds per lap. But Antonelli pitted for the fresh set of tires and rejoined and ahead of the fumble stop. That's when somewhere in here we get the swap. Russell's swap order. Mercedes instructed Russell to let Antonelli pass with several laps remaining. Russell complied.
Pissed, though.
He was, man, because that cost him a double podium, basically.
Yeah, but okay, I understand what Mercedes was doing.
Yeah, I do too, but
Mercedes right now, Toto Wolff is worried because all the other teams are starting to catch up to them.
Yep.
And when we go through the points when I go through the points at the end, it will all make sense because there's 5 teams right now eligible to win this championship. 5 drivers.
The constructors. Yeah.
Not the constructors. There's 5 drivers that are close enough to each other with the amount of races that we have left to where they could pull off the championship. And it would be disheartening. Kimi Antonelli.
I don't want F1 help. I want the fucking F1 page, you piece of shit browser.
But Russell's argument was that can he catch up to Norris and win the race? And what he wasn't looking at was Kimi will have 2 more points.
Yeah, it's not a ton of points.
If he passes you. It's not a lot, but at the end of this, with the way that all the cars are starting to come together, even fucking Aston Martin's getting faster. with the way the cars are coming together, you got Ferrari doing with Lewis doing 100 times better.
Oh gosh, yeah.
You've got McLaren, who's proved they're fast now.
Yeah,
they've won races. The first, what was it, 4 races? Kimi Antonelli won.
Yeah, Mercedes dominated the first 4 races, and nobody could come close. Now it's getting a more of an even playing field, and I can't believe Ferrari. I can't believe Ferrari's coming back so well. Yeah, Max is doing great when his car is not doing weird shit.
Car sucks, but guess what?
It's Max Verstappen.
You're in. When I go through the points, well, I'll remember. I think he's in like 5th or 4th. He's within reach.
Well, before that race, he was probably in 5th, but crashing out, he's now in 6th. But anyway, so Alonso makes a late lap move into turn 1, passing Pierre Gasly for P9. And you were saying about the orders to swap. Russell heard about Antonelli's tires being worn and thought, okay, I got a better chance of this. But then Kimi got his shit together and cooled down his tires and was starting to run faster laps. I understand where both of them are coming from. Finally, lap 72, checkered flag. Lando Norris crosses the line to a commanding victory. Antonelli takes P2. Russell takes P3. Behind them, Hamilton and Ferrari 1 and 2. Hamilton and Leclerc right there.
So
Piastri.
So Hamilton was in the lead for a while.
For a bit.
He got passed by Norris. His tires started to wear off. I thought he was going to make a podium.
He had a good shot at it, yeah.
But man, those Mercedes, they're still strong. They're still strong.
And this course, I think, is really suited for Mercedes more so than it is for the Ferraris. The Ferraris, I think, the longer tracks, like longer straights, they dominate that. But this short, tight stuff with they're not built for this particular track. You told me this last year. Because like sometimes Verstappen would just run away with a fucking victory, and then the McLarens would run away with a fucking victory. I'm like, why is it so different? It's the track. Some tracks, this car is set up better. Other tracks, that car is set up better. And this was just But Norris, Jesus.
There's some tracks that the McLaren's going to do better on just because of the aero package. Mercedes is straight line speed. If you get a bunch of straight line stuff, you're not going to beat Mercedes.
And you and I were talking about the fact that we honestly think Piastri has a completely different car than Norris.
Now remember, McLaren still has the electromechanical that's not controllable cooling brake system. So if there's a lot of corners, McLaren gets the
gets a little advantage.
A little bit. And in this course, you've got 2 sweeping corners. You've got probably 4 hairpins, almost hairpins.
What was this, like 12 or 14 right-handers and only 4 left-handers? I mean, it's a weird track.
Yeah, it's a very round track. NASCAR track.
Except they're turning right.
All right, where were we?
Anyway, so Norris first, Antonelli, Russell, Hamilton, Leclerc, Piastri. Liam Lawson coming in behind Piastri. Hulkenberg coming in. Alonso making points, my man. Gasly, Tsunoda. Never drove that car before. There he is, up in the top, man. Lindblad, Bortoleto, Colapinto, Perez, and Sainz. A lot of DNFs, man. We had Albon, Bottas, Ocon, Stroll, Bierman, and Verstappen. And
So,
we have a new penalty.
well, I have penalties right here.
No. We have a new you came up with a new penalty, and that's if you really suck, we're going to put you below Lance Stroll.
Forget about that one. Lance, what are you doing?
How much signal I need to cut across 8 lane? None? I turn now. Good luck, everybody else.
Oh my God.
So at the end of the race, car 43 and car 30 had 10-second time penalties added to them. For failing to slow for yellow flags.
So these will all be applied next race. Is that what you're saying?
No, this was added to this race.
Oh, okay, good. Good.
So Liam Lawson was charged a 10-second time penalty, but his interval was like 32 seconds to Oscar Piastri, or like 47 seconds to Nico Hulkenberg. So it didn't change the results at all. Franco Colapinto in car 43 was also given a 10-second time penalty for failing to slow for yellow flags. Car 55 was given a 10-second time penalty for causing a collision. That is Mr. Carlos Sainz. And that was the collision with his teammate. Good job, my friends. Antonio Luzzi, ex-Formula One driver, was one of the stewards this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Love the guy. That was all of the what you call it, penalties from this race.
There were some team radio things in the notes, and I love the last one. Scott and Burke both agreed that the Russell Antonelli dynamic within Mercedes is visibly tense. I don't think George Russell likes Kimi Antonelli.
Which kind of brings us to I'll play the post-race interviews.
Go for it, man. That's all the notes I got, man. So
this is Mr. Lando Norris. Maybe.
It was a tough race. It was a tough race just because of some decisions you have to make along the way and the stress that things cause. Not having a great start for whatever reason. So we need to review, of course, some things. To be honest, a lot of yesterday and today as well, the right side of the grid seemed to be better starters than the left. For some reason, and this is what we learned from yesterday, and it was clear again today. So we need to understand why.
Okay, this is an interesting fact because the right side starters, because of how this track is laid out, that's the outside lane. The outside lane was doing better than the inside lane. We saw a lot of passes on the outside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for this track was unusual. Because we were all thinking it was going to be like Las Vegas, where whoever poles wins. No, a lot of infield, a lot of the front runners. I was... Well, we'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, go ahead.
Disappointed because we've led, most at half of the race, and but on that last stint on the hard, something just didn't feel right with the car. Just had really little confidence, and just the pace was not there. So of course it's a shame because I really believed in it, but today was the end. P2 is the maximum that we could have done.
That was Kimi Antonelli. He came in second. So these do go in succession with
Gotcha. Okay.
the way that the race ran. Interesting comments from him. I'm getting a little bit nervous for Mercedes.
Well, everybody else is going to catch up to him eventually.
Next up, our favorite guy, George Russell.
Yeah, emotions they're fine, to be honest. I come away from this weekend as a whole satisfied. It's been my best weekend for quite a while, and I would take those positives. I think that first VSC towards the end sort of came at a tough point because it gave Lewis that opportunity to get a free pit stop. Kimi was really struggling on the hard tyre, and I was catching him just before he got overtaken by Lando. So at that point in the race, I was like, I think P2 is on the cards here. And then, of course, we split the strategies at the end, and P3 was probably a fair result.
Gave it absolutely everything today. And
next up, we have Lewis Hamilton. I don't think George Russell likes Kimi Antonelli.
Possibility.
Here's Lewis.
Is on the cards here, and then of course we split the strategies at the end, and P3 was probably a fair result.
Gave it absolutely everything today, and I tell you, it's so close at the top. Really, really hard battling. But I moved forwards. I think qualifying needed to be a bit better, but Mercedes are gaining like 0.4 a second just on the straight, so that's really hard to capture everywhere else. It just shows we've got a really good car, and if we can somehow improve our power unit and get a bit closer to them, which I trust in the team that we're working as hard as they can to do so, hopefully we can be even closer and even more in the mix between those guys.
A press release was put out after the race from Lewis Hamilton's team, basically saying that he believes in the team, blah blah blah, all this crap. It's damage control because in the race he basically told the team that they wasted 2 laps.
That's true.
By not pitting Leclerc. This is damage control. Here's another one where these two don't like each other. Here is Mr. Leclerc.
I think we've lacked a little bit of luck today. The virtual safety car wasn't really the best timing for us. If anything, it was the worst. But as I said, I think in racing, sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you get unlucky. Before the break, I had 2-3 races where luck seems to be by my side, and at one point you get the other side of the coin, which today was a little bit the example of that. But the pace, I think, was strong, and I think eventually we are losing today's race because of the qualifying yesterday.
Yeah, qualifying. That's the reason.
Oscar Piastri.
The pace just wasn't particularly good, unfortunately. So, it was a struggle from that point on. Just, really didn't have enough pace.
Were you surprised by that?
Yes.
And the pace that Lando kind of had?
Yes.
I mean, it was a pretty...
All right, next up, we got Liam Lawson.
Lonely race for me, honestly. Just struggled to match the guys in front today. So I think I knew after yesterday that we both obviously were behind them, and I feel like yesterday was not bad in quali. I feel like we got everything out of it. So I knew it'd be kind of a hard race, but I probably didn't expect it to be that hard. Like, we really struggled to match the front guys, but it's obviously stuff I can learn from. I'm sure I'll learn from it. I'll go and reflect and try and understand what I could have done better.
You avoid.
What the fuck.
Oh no.
Give Liam Lawson a lot of credit. That was a tough race. But he pulled out a good stop. And I mean, I'm still of the belief that he kind of got shafted by Red Bull, by Christian Horner. And it was good to see him in a Red Bull again.
Heck yeah.
Nico Hulkenberg.
Did you teammate right at the early stages? That must have been a heart in your mouth moment.
It was, yeah, scary, sketchy. You know, even you're a passenger to some sort. You know, try to react as late as possible, and then just instinctively, you know, chose the side. Obviously, was waiting to see if he's going to slide up or down. On a wet track, it's sketchy and difficult, but yeah, luckily we managed to avoid that.
I'm very happy for.
If he's going to slide up or down on a wet track, it's sketchy and.
Next up, Fernando Alonso.
Difficult, but yeah, luckily we managed to avoid that.
I'm very happy for the team, as I think they nailed all the decisions today. You know, the strategy was the right one, the starting tire was the right one. At the end, a couple of virtual safety cars, so we were debating if stopping or not. We decided not. So I think, you know, all the decisions they made, they were the correct ones today. So thanks to that mix, I think we are in the points. The car was, you know, performing well, very low tire deck today. So, you know, happy for the team. Hopefully we keep this momentum into the next few races, and big congratulations to everyone.
Another one. I love Fernando Alonso.
I do too, man. I'm so glad the car is getting slightly better. My boy Alonso got some points with Aston Martin.
Ninth. He got 2 points. Next up, Pierre Gasly.
Bit of a frustrating race. Lost quite a lot of time in the middle of that race, and eventually ended up with a point. So yeah, lots to review. Some good stuff, some stuff to improve. Yeah.
I'm going to play this one because it's Yuki Tsunoda. He was one position out of points. First time back in over a year and a half.
In a completely different car. Heck yeah, man. Great job.
Here is Yuki Tsunoda.
Yeah, as much as I can, and I definitely enjoy the race today. Obviously, it was a shame that I'm missing the points very closely. But yeah, overall it was pretty fun. Had overtaking. That's what I, miss a lot. And yeah, thanks for the team to help me to get up to speed like this fast. And yeah, with unforgettable memories in 2026 so far.
This guy should still be racing in F1.
Yeah.
He hasn't been in a car except for practice sessions in a year, and he goes out there and comes in P11.
Yeah, that's strong as death.
I don't think I have anyone else that I want to play. I'm going through.
Lance didn't have anything to say.
Lance was kind of boring. Here's Lance.
I don't know if they are the same ones, but it was quite big, so we couldn't complete the race.
I think we saw 20-30 points lost in aero, so maybe from the start we picked up some debris and stuff, and then big damage, and then it was just a really difficult race. Yeah, we had
That was it. It was a really difficult race.
Not my fault. Picked up debris.
I am gonna play Max.
The weekend is not the weekend that we wanted to come back to, but we have some upgrades next week, and I really hope that they can really hope that they can bring us performance.
I think I still hit the safer barrier, maybe potentially, but I think also a more frontal impact is actually a bit better than a sideways one. So from that sense, all okay.
Well, apparently he didn't have much to say.
Now, I also saw another, I think it was probably an Instagram post where it was every person who drives on their home track has DNF'd this year so far.
Yes, that is a stat. All right. The Drivers' Championship is as follows. Kimi Antonelli has 242 points.
George he's up,
Russell.
183.
Lewis Hamilton.
183. Lando Norris, he's got 159.
And Charles Leclerc is at 155. That means the top 5 are still in the race for the championship for individual points. It goes on beyond there. Max Verstappen 112, Piastri 104, and Hadger 68. The rest of them are below 50 points. I don't talk about below 50.
Except for Fernando Alonso has 3. Esteban Ocon also has 3. Williams has 5 and 6. Audi has 6 and 10. I'm kind of surprised. Audi's, it looks like they're slowly gaining a little traction.
Remember, that's just the people.
Yeah,
that's just the drivers. Let's look at the Constructors' Championship, because this is how money is allocated at the end of the year. Mercedes Petronas is 425.
Ferrari's at 338. Had to find it, sorry.
Mercedes McLaren is at 263.
Red Bull's at 186.
And Red Bull Racing, the Racing Bulls, is at 66. So the top 4 are still in contention for the constructors.
Well, I'd say the top 4 are in consideration for second place. 425 is a big number. But here's the weird thing. Racing Bulls and Alpine, they're 3 points away from each other.
Well,
where did Alpine come from?
Ferrari is only 338.
Yeah,
so
Ferrari's very
they're
close.
They're less than 100 away.
Yeah.
And remember, the constructor points are a lot higher. Like they can get 50 points in a race.
Oh, that I did not know. Okay.
So there's the top 4 are still in contention. If Mercedes starts to fall, this could get interesting.
Do you remember the stat about crashing out in your home course? What's the next course coming up? Italy.
Italy, yeah. Oh, Ferrari. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, Kimi Antonelli.
Oh, yeah.
If he crashes out, and God forbid, let's say his teammate comes in like 5th or 6th, all of a sudden Ferrari's got a huge advantage at that point.
But Monza, okay, there are 2 very long straights at Monza. And
so Ferrari and Mercedes should do well.
I'm thinking Mercedes has their straight line speed is like Lewis Hamilton said, they're 4/10 faster on straight line.
Yeah.
So this next track, I think you're going to see Mercedes pull back up to the front.
As long as they finish.
As long as they finish. I do have to give this the only team to not have points is Cadillac.
Well, they are a brand new team.
Now, Aston Martin only has 3 points and Aston Williams has 11, but it really looks like Williams is starting to fail.
Yeah.
And I would not be surprised if Aston Martin passes Aston as well as passes Audi. Although Audi Audi had a good outing. They lost one car. Hulkenberg really proved to me that guy can still drive by making it through that wreck.
Yeah, oh yeah, he did an amazing job.
He was like 4 inches away from hitting
Verstappen
his teammate or Verstappen.
Yeah,
yeah.
I can't believe Alpine's doing so well. They're only a couple points behind Racing Bulls. So you never heard about Alpine until just recently.
Alpine and Haas are definitely mid-level teams, but Alpine was strong when Lance Stroll was there, and it wasn't because of Lance Stroll.
Just happened to be that way.
Just kind of worked out that way. So what'd you think of the race?
This was the most confusing and funnest race I've seen this year. I had a great time. Half of it was talking to you during it, I think. I'm sorry that the show was so higgledy-piggledy because of it. However, I had a great time watching this race. It was the best one so far.
I actually recorded the Zoom of talking to Burke through the thing, and I listened to it, and I'm like, there are so many points where we just don't talk at all, and then all of a sudden something happens, and it's like
we're like, oh. He's going for it. Oh, he missed it. Yeah, it was a good time, man.
I had a blast during this race. This was the best racing we've seen this year.
And on a track that shouldn't have been that way. We started off thinking nobody's going to pass anybody. But we were wrong. We were really, really wrong.
There was turmoil, which I love.
There was drama. There was wrecks. There was passing. It was a great race.
It usually in an F1 race, your passing is because somebody fucked up in the pits. And that's it. And that wasn't the case this time. We saw some real passing. They have adjusted the cars now to where power is the cars are still slow. I want them to be faster. I want the driver to be challenged. But I cannot complain about this race. It was fun. And the production was 100 times better.
Yep, absolutely.
I don't know what they changed. I didn't look at the production credits to see if there was a different director or what. But,
I mean, they missed a couple little things, but it was so much better than it's been in the past. Holy crap. Way above and beyond what it was the end of last year. Holy cow. But anyway.
Oh, yeah. All right, guys. We have got to get our asses out of here.
Wrap this crap up, man.
We are, we're to that point. Thank yous.
I don't have the thank yous up. Oh, God.
Southwind Racing.
The 451. Right?
344 Racing. Joe Spar. Picker Jobs.
Oh, yeah, that's him.
And it's time for the goodbyes. Say goodbye, Burke.
Goodbye, Burke.
The ember's low inside the glass.